Hey guys, Andrew here with Ambient Endeavors. Welcome back. Now I get pretty excited every time I see that Walrus Audio is releasing a new pedal. And in particular, starting a couple years back when they put out the first of their Mako series pedals, the D1. I was fortunate to be able to demo that pedal when it came out, and I just think the feature set and the sounds and the way that they've designed these pedals, stereo ins and outs, MIDI, presets, all that for a small footprint pedal is just great. So I've been excited to see them release each pedal. I've gotten to play all of them, and I'm excited to talk to you about the newest, their M1, which is the modulation version of the Mako. They released this a few weeks ago, sent one over, and it's been a really inspiring pedal really from the start. So I'm going to share a little bit about how the sketch that you just heard came together by way of the pedal, and just talk a little bit about some other questions or topics relating to the pedal. So this will be a little bit of a different video. I'm not going to do a deep dive on the sounds, although I'll try and share some in the music bed underneath this portion. But definitely check out some of the other demoers. Guys like Mark Johnston have done a full exhaustive review of the pedal, and so many others do that really well. So we're gonna just dive into how I wrote the sketch and how the pedal has sort of inspired some of the sounds I've gotten. So the M1 kind of took me in somewhat of an unexpected direction with this sketch. I quickly gravitated towards some of the vibrato sounds. There was some cool tape vibrato effect in the pedal that you could add some of the grit and noise and lo-fi qualities to. So I kind of just like found a cool sound there and was off and running. From there, I pivoted over to the trem sounds, which are some of my favorite sounds in this pedal. The pattern trem and the ability to do stereo panning trem on this pedal is really, really fun. That's kind of an effect that I'll sometimes do in post, where I'll pan certain tracks or auto pan them, and it's awesome to have that feature on the pedal right there, so you can create this like dynamic movement in the stereo field with an effect like trem. It's really cool. Another sound that I was surprised by was the filter section. I really don't use filter nearly at all, but I found a cool sound that kind of lent itself to the sketch and to one of the lead lines towards the end of the sketch, so you'll hear that too. So those are just like three of the sounds that I gravitated to right away, and this is within minutes of plugging the pedal in, finding some really inspiring and cool sounds to go from. So I kind of alluded to this in the open, but one of the biggest selling points for me on this pedal is just the compact size and the amount of features that you get in such a small pedal. It solves a problem for me because I've always kind of gone back and forth or contemplated getting like a Mobius or some bigger multi-mod pedal, but I honestly only use modulation 1 or 2 times throughout a set, if that. So I'll end up just swapping a chorus pedal in or a trem pedal in at the end of the chain for sets that I need those sounds, but mostly we'll just leave that off the board. So this pedal, the M1, is great because you don't take up like 2 or 3 pedal spaces. You only have to take up 1 spot with the smaller pedal. And at the same time, you get preset capability on the pedal. You get a bunch of different sounds from the traditional, chorus and trem sounds that I'll often use to like the lo-fi textural sounds that are fun too. So really, it solves the problem of space, and it's really making a strong argument for me to like put a multi-mod pedal on my board and keep it there so I have access to it. Honestly, I think they dub this pedal in this series as high fidelity unit, so it's sort of like, is it hi-fi? Is it lo-fi? Yes, it's both, and I think that's really cool too. I think that they did a really good job at making the core sounds really hi-fi and sounding really good, and also integrated this lo-fi feature set in a cool way. So you can add things like noise and drive, some other kind of irregularities to the motion and the LFOs and stuff of the pedal, and then you can control the sort of depth or the amount of that lo-fi characteristic with a knob. So I love how they did it. I love that there's so many options, and that you can add that lo-fi quality to any of the modes. I don't want to say that it sounds as good as some of the like Gen Loss or those types of pedals, but you can really get in that arena pretty easily with this pedal through like the vibrato, the tape and vinyl vibrato settings, some of the trem chorus settings, and all the features that you have in the lo-fi section. So it's really cool. Really lets you get just a classic straight ahead chorus, or a really warbly, gritty, like noisy, lo-fi vibe sound. And they have a reverb circuit in this pedal, and it sounds great. Whosever idea it was to put that in there, bravo, because it's really, really a useful thing to have in this pedal. It can, in some settings, eliminate the need for another reverb pedal, and a lot of times when I'm using like a lo-fi modulator, I'll want to have a reverb or some sort of depth or some sort of like verb in there anyway, so it's awesome to be able to dial in a little bit or a lot of that in this pedal. Really, really cool. So that's a little bit about the M1, a little bit about how the sketch that you heard came together. Like I said, go check out some of the other demoers and their videos going through all the different sounds and things, but check out the M1 if you're looking for a new modulator, something that can do a ton and not take up a bunch of space on your board. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you've got any questions or comments below in the comments. See ya.